Let's see. Did it show up on the right channel for once?
Which channel is it supposed to be on?
Main. Yeah! We good. Alright. Let me just tweet this bitch out. As soon as it shows up so I can grab the link.
Right.
Come on.
I'm waiting for the notification.
Yes, indeed.
Congrats on surpassing, by the way, 1,000 followers.
Yes, well, let's see how long it is before I screw that up.
Mine fluctuates back and forth depending on what I'm talking about, so.
Yes. Twitter. Grooming in response to Shelly D's Vida stream. With Leo, Convoy, Hate, Rouge. Who else is in the calls? Rouge is still here?
Yeah.
Ruza.
Yeah.
Myriad, etc. Alright.
Shots fired.
Indeed. Woot. What? Oh shit, I'm sorry, Archer. I legit fucking forgot. I wasn't trying to be...
Shots fired, Anthony.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
That's cool.
Alright, so again, this was going to originally go into a video, but I'm tired as balls, and I'm just going to read off from the script here. So recently, Vida did a stream with Sheldon, because I'm an idiot, I wrote Vida twice, about his side of things. For those of you who don't know, Vida had an erotic roleplay with Jazz when she was 17. I've been stating for some time, despite what some other people disagree with me on that, this was within Vida's moveset. Now, I can spend the whole video calling out a number of people, but then we'd be here all day, and I'd just rather move on to the next damn thing. So, let's get into this. An area of concern, Shelley didn't cover, despite having a 3 hour and 41 minutes, to the best of my knowledge. He had a 3 hour and 41 minute video. The thing he skipped over, I point out that he didn't have Hateful Tate or Leo or Coyote Lovely pop in that stream, who probably would have been the more critical people. Who did join that was did a good job.
The reason a lot of these people couldn't join is because they were already blocked from Barrel, like banned.
Okay, but like, okay, I would have thought that this would have been like from a Sheldon room, but that's pretty bullshit.
Yeah, it was in Vita's room. It was all on Vita's favor, and Sheldon constructed it that way for whatever reason. I honestly, based on what he said yesterday, primarily laziness. Which is kind of, that's his brand. So that's how he works going forward, and that's why he also didn't address the nudes, because Vita didn't provide the doc.
All right, so Firefox, Bunk, there we go. Let's see where it is. Sheldon missed this one moment here right from the start. Pages 4-8 of Leo's document, we were showing on screen here. The desire to rape play with the minor. Of note is the fact that she is also a rape victim. So let's read this off here. Joshua Vida discussing his desire for rape play with said minor. We did this with our stream, but we'll do it again here. Cyber fuck 'em all literally. Oh, rape play. Heard that's something too. Not keen on that one, obviously. Where Sheldon basically made a remark, if I remember correctly, was, hey, look, man, she agreed. You already know my stance on it, Cyber you into it, Vida. I say this. When I say I want to get down with a dom, I mean I want to be dominated in every sense of the word. Oh, fuck, you're willing to go all the way when it comes to being dominated. Bingo. Why do you think that you need to bring fear play into it? On the note, she is also a rape victim. This was also omitted, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Can I be honest? Incoming superlude if you say yes. Yes. I'm more than happy picturing holding you down and fucking your brains out. While you cry and beg for me to be gentle, I have no words. Vida, good or bad, Cyber good. If you ever want to talk dirty with me, let me know. I'm honestly eager. And again, for anyone who just wants a super brief thing, I say this later on in the script, the stream, the long one we had here, you only need the first 15 minutes. The one where it's me, Leo, and Stalin. That's like an hour and 40. The 15 minutes at the very start, bing, bang, boom, and you're done.
Yep.
Trying to think what the hell else. I'm sure Leo's going to completely disagree with me, so I'm going to go a little bit off script here, because I kind of got this already sort of like memorized.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel necessarily that the 17-year-old thing is the major clutch. I think it's the fact that, one, if Vita would have just been some random asshole, he'd not been involved with predators at all, and he was just, what is he, 26, 24? How old is he?
26.
26. Just looked at his state law, didn't know any better. I think it would have been certainly fucking regretful, but I don't think at most I would have been like, all right, I guess I'm going to put it out there to see if anything else is dropped. Have there been anyone else that has come forward in Vida about Vida in this time?
Not yet.
Okay, acknowledging that. Let's see, what the hell else? Alright, based on the information, I don't think that Vida is a pedophile. However, at the end of the stream, from what I've been told, he may choose to say he was joking or not. He basically said 16 and 17-year-olds are now on the table from now on.
Speaking of which,
yes,
North Carolina law. In North Carolina, it is illegal for an adult, someone 18 or older, to have sex with a minor, somebody younger than 16 of age, even if the sex is consensual. Now,
I could go on point with that. When I talked to him, for anyone who's familiar with Foxler from the furry fandom, he said the same thing, and I believe he's currently in court right now.
Correct.
Yes. So, getting back to that, based on the information before, even though I don't think that Vida is a pedophile, I feel that people who send nudes to underage girls and get nudes from underage girls are in fact sex offenders. In my understanding of law, I am not a lawyer or a doctor. Sheldon, from what I understand, I didn't watch the entire thing, kept implying that this was not a big deal. To Sheldon, I will say this. Can you tell me the value of including someone in a fandom who sends nudes of himself to a minor and solicits nudes from a minor? I'm just wondering where the payoff is. Like, even if you don't feel... How did he get a rotten deal? Is what I'm trying to get to. I also bring up the fact that Shelly D also managed to... He partook and he was on at least one episode of HARP, the Horse Anal Rape podcast, which was run by the pedophile Brixie. I'm not saying that qualifies him or suggests that he is a pedophile. I'm just saying that I don't know where the fuck his head is. He's explained, he's like, oh yeah, I'm not going to get, like, I wouldn't do this today. And it looks weird just on his stance. Is he still going to be chill with Vida? I'm curious.
Well, according to his post in the last stream you did concerning Vida on this channel, when it comes to when we put the information out, he made it clear that he disapproves.
Okay.
As far as being chill with Vida, I mean, let's be honest here, Sheldon tends to be generally chill with most people. And even when he was trying to get Zach, Toon Critic, on stream to talk to him, he was chill with him too. I think that's just his value, that he'll talk to anybody, regardless of whether he approves of their actions or not.
Okay, no, that's fair, and I definitely would have been glad to have streamed with Vida, or at least I would have felt obligated.
Real quick here, Metal back. No, Sheldon isn't the guy I yelled at. Squid is Squid. Sheldon is Shelly D.
Yeah, he has his own channel. You could easily type in Shelly D, and it should pop up his channel, and you should be able to find the video in question. Again, for anyone who wants the brief summary of all this, who doesn't want to bother with this, Leo Convoy Reviews has evidence Vida got child point of jazz ? First 15 minutes, bing bang boom, you're done. Bring things down fairly well. Yeah, I already got that part. Let's see. Additionally, I brought up this point to Sheldon post stream. Granted, I wasn't home and the audio sounded like shit, so maybe you didn't hear it. If Vida and Sheldon don't agree with this stance, actually you're saying he doesn't agree. Sheldon doesn't agree with what Vida did. I guess that contradicts that.
That's what he said.
Doesn't Vida owe wronged Fuchsia an apology? I don't want him to give him one. I want to be very clear. I'm quite happy that Fusion is long gone. It just seems like, how are you different? I'd actually argue that Fusion fucked up less, 16 to 19.
Nobody brought up Fusion in the thing yesterday, and of course, oddly enough, Fusion's apparently been watching all this, and I have to get in somebody else's DMs and tut them for it. In one case, Stalin was able to get a hold of Fusion. Apparently, Fusion's decided to, while he'll observe, he won't interact. So, hopefully...
Oh no, there's no deal. Yeah, Fusion, if you're watching this, there's no deal. Yeah, you bet on the wrong horse, son. Eat it.
So I had to tut somebody else for contacting Fusion, because the person who contacted him should not have. But I'm guessing in some cases, Vida simply sit back and let me tear into people. So I think that's more of one of those situations. Vida certainly did downplay what Fusion did. That's why he said what he said.
Here's the second part that confused the piss out of me. He's like, I wasn't going to out him for the child pornography, more or less, but then he saw he was acting like a dick on Twitter. I guess the implication being he's sort of like low-key blackmailing him. Didn't Vida do that?
Yes.
Okay. So, anyone in the call feel that I'm making some kind of false equivalency, or I am being unfair to Vida from like, hey, where the fuck is any level of consistency here?
I do not think you're being unfair. No.
Okay.
There are
Giving
some things.
him the time of day is too much for him.
Personally, I have a few things I want to address here that were said in the stream, and I don't know, maybe I'll get on and do a stream with Sheldon so I can say my piece on it. I don't know. Vida claimed that some of the screenshots in the doc were dishonest. No, the screenshots that show the whole Predator lolly thing. Can I get you to scroll up to that real quick, Anthony?
I will. Right. Yeah, I'll definitely need to. Is that the very first one?
Let's scroll up. Let's see here. No, it's higher than that. It's closer to the beginning. There we go. Like that stuff right there.
Okay.
In that's purpose wasn't to show intent.
Okay.
The purpose of these, and I guess they got placed in the wrong spot, is to show Vida was aware of her age. And the reason why I wanted to make sure that was clear is because when I came to Vida, after some of this hit and Mint came to me telling me, well, you should have known about this or you knew about this, and I didn't. When I confronted Vida, Vida's excuse was she lied about her age. So I wanted to get ahead of that narrative real quick, and now he doesn't have it. So now he's trying to say, well, this is a dishonest screenshot. It's not. Its purpose isn't to show intent. Its purpose is to show you have no excuse for not knowing her age because you did know her age. I forgot doesn't go as far as he wants it to. And as far as the one near the bottom where he's talking about doxing her, I put that there to show Vida being unhinged and the levels he will go to threaten people. When it comes to the other threats he's made, the reason why they're not in this doc is because they were done during a voice call that wasn't recorded.
There was a point that I wanted to get to here. He mentioned that the date was missing for this one. Personally, yes. I don't particularly care because it doesn't matter when he tried to fucking strong armor, really, as far as I'm concerned.
Just for the sake of clarity and transparency, because let's be honest, I'm not going to lie to people here. This was after Sheldon almost blew our operation.
Okay.
And he was trying to pull Jazz in the call, and this is what he sent. I can't remember if he sent it to Jazz or if he sent it to Mimily thinking he was Jazz, but that was all from there. It was on that day, so last week. My point in putting this here was to show how desperate he's been. And let's be honest, I'll go ahead and address the chat in this. Vita's been so desperate to get back at people, even just for the room leaving him, that he tried to put out my personal information. He offered my parents' personal information. He was going to send it to zoophiles and pedophiles. He's threatened to ruin operations I've had. And the thing is, like, he on this stream was really adamant about how I'm not going to admit to anything, but he already has. I have logs where Vida flat out admits, what are you going to do, Leo? Grizzly and these people are still running loose. What are you going to do about me? Vida, you've already admitted to it. You idiot. You can't walk that back now. It's out in the open. Everybody knows what you've done. The logs are the logs. You can play pretend that you're not going to get to, but you already have.
That's kind of a dumb thing, too, when he mentions Grizzly. That's the worst thing in the world, where he's like, this doesn't amount to anything. Yeah, but you cost Grizzly both of his jobs.
Correct. Matter of fact,
two well-paying, well-respected jobs, might I add.
Oh, it wasn't two, by the way. It was three.
What was third?
Oh, yes. You see, I wound up with somebody in my DMs not too long ago, a few months ago. Another EMS group in an adjacent city, their squad leader, whatever that's called, messaged me on Discord because I put my Discord information in the Grizzly video, asking for confirmation because Taylor decided to go and apply there.
Okay, the only confusion I had is I was like, he has three jobs at the same time. I was like, is he part Jamaican?
He lost the first two, and now he's lost the attempt at the third.
Okay. Look, what? There's nothing wrong with being a hardworking archer. You're the exact opposite of Vida. It's okay. Anyways, so I think I've made this analogy in private. I don't think I've done it in stream, but if I have, I have. Okay, so skipping past this, he makes this statement that Jazz has all the power. I'm going to play off probably a clip here in a minute. Again, I'll say this to men and women out there. Part of dating 18 up is also to protect you. If I were super sympathetic, I'm not saying I am here. I'm not saying that there isn't someone really conniving out there who might try to take advantage of a situation, maybe to blackmail an adult. I'm going to forego this cheap shot at Mint Heart here in the script. Even if I have a black belt in drinking, for example, and I'm out driving around drunk, if I get in an accident, and even if the other person's texting, the cops are going to look at me like I'm the asshole here. That's just how it is. That's the current case, that even no matter how off Jazz may be down the line, at that time she was still 17. That's why I'm making an analogy. It'd be like if Vida went out and got drunk and, I don't know, maybe Jazz wasn't entirely paying attention to the road. As unfair as that is, Vida knew better. He was in one of the best positions to be as informed as possible. Even if his memory was shot to shit, he was literally just got out of, a year of police academy or whatever the hell, or at least
a year of law school.
Year of law school. And I don't feel that you need to be told specifically. I'm sure that he was definitely in touch with enough people that could have told him 17 is a bad idea at the bare minimum. Yes. And I refuse to believe that the most informed, most knowledgeable people wouldn't have been glad to tell him that. I'm sure that he probably could have found maybe someone, not exactly Jala, but maybe that speed, who may have been less informed if you kept asking around. You could have found people who would have agreed with you, but you would have had to keep asking until you would have got a yes. If he even bothered. Let's see. Moving along here. You know what? I'm going to play off that clip here. So let's see. I will go to stream on Discord. Turn on screen share, Google Chrome. There we go. And play. I think there we go. That's my fucking biggest concern. You were the person with the most information to talk about Jazz, and that's why I'm a little less reluctant, that I'm kind of getting into speculation territory. I don't have enough.
What do you need to know?
I don't. Can I come back to that later?
Like later after a call tomorrow. What do you talk about later?
I definitely don't have the energy to go into an in-depth thing about the real fucked up shit that Jazz did, where they tried to, with the kid and the older guy.
You didn't see that, but dear God, did I fucking come down on her hard behind the scenes. I brought in Jala, who respects more than everybody, just to smack the shit out of her verbally. He does a great job of it. So it's something I do handle behind the scenes.
Not Didn't you used to chide me for handling crap behind the scenes?
Well, the thing there is I was more concerned with actually having an impact. I think that's one time where that's probably a good idea, to focus on impact more than bring it out into the open, because she wouldn't have fucking cared.
Have I heard the kid stopped hanging out with Jazz too, right?
Yes, a lot of people did.
Okay.
Unfortunately, now she surrounded herself with the worst fucking people imaginable. In fact, that's something I got to hit her up about, because I'm probably not going to talk to her anymore after tonight, because I can't do it. I'm trying to help you. You are improving in a lot of ways, so good for you. I'm happy for that, but holy fuck, this crowd you've got around you, the shit you're up to. Not necessarily immoral, but I don't want to be near it.
It's not even people we know typically, right?
There's a couple, and I think people have already talked about it in Barrel, which is the two main ones I'm not too happy about. Rendrick is like the lesser of two evils. He's fucking retarded. He's a simp. But
I have no thoughts.
Like him aside, there's also the big one is Pup.
Oh, yeah,
the lolicon lover. who we managed to force out after everybody left. She re-added him, and I'm like,
yeah, I remember telling Steph about him, and he argued with me at first, and I was like, "Oh, ask Leo."
No, I yeeted him out of Barrel because one, he's into lolicon. Two, he was into Jazz before she was of age, and I'm like,
how long?
No, what? Say what?
How long?
I want to say 16, but it might be 17.
Okay, yeah, no, I've had people going, well, if you're a pedophile, you're a pedophile. I was like, I don't know, man. If you're, it's creepy if you're hitting on a 16, 17-year-old. It's really fucked up 13, 12. You start hitting on a 5-year-old. I feel like bringing the guillotine to your fucking door. You could always do worse. There's degrees and fucking severities on how fucked up people are.
Yeah. I have my own set of standards for that.
Well,
It's like,
for example,
what are you doing, dude? What are you doing?
yeah, there was I won't say the girl. She was 17, he was 21, and he wound up like fucking getting like nudes of her. And I'm like, look, I don't think you're a pedophile. I do think you have child pornography. You're saying that it's hot hearing that she's 17. There's no future in that.
I do have a question. I want your input on this, right?
Okay.
Because this is something else. You say you have your standards and you don't necessarily condemn Rendrick. Jazz did ask him out, and he responded with, maybe when you're 18. So he had already been considering this. He had been staying around her. What do you say?
So okay, as I understand, orbiting, the concept, or let's look to I can't say Keyblade because he really didn't want to jump the gun. When you're actively trying to stack the deck, you're driving away people their age. You're doing things. I'm not going to define grooming because I'm not a doctor, but you're doing shady bullshit like that. I think it starts to get worse and worse. Does it look bad that you've, like, is there a period, is there an okay, let's say, I don't know, you're an adult, you move away, you come back 5 years later and that person's of age. Are they automatically an orbiter? Can't read these people's minds. I don't know.
No, I'm not going to say that. Like, if I see enough.
I think that basically sums it up. And here's my issue, a point that I would have brought to Vida. When he took the break between here and here, is anybody even still on the call?
I'm here.
Yeah.
He had, even drunken or not, or maybe it was a mistake, when he had hit on her. What age was she? 13?
Yeah,
15.
13. She was 13 when he first started partying with her because he liked her face.
I felt that he absolutely muddied the waters at that point, and he should have brought that up. I think that, you should have said, well, I kind of really shit the bed there bad, and I guess that's it. I guess that's a wrap. I could see, again, if he were less informed. Again, he knew basically how the fandom looked. He claims to really know the medical, this, that, and the other about the DSM-5, or he should have known about impropriety and all this other. Just don't think he cared.
No. I don't think he did either. And here's the thing. When it comes to Pup, I wanted Pup gone. The minute he started going on about how he loves Lily Collin, I wanted Pup out of that room. And I'd kicked him and banned him multiple times. Vida decided to keep him around because he thought it was funny watching me bully him. I just wanted him gone. It wasn't until Pup admitted that he had feelings for Jazz that Vida wanted him gone. And that was around the same time Jazz and Vida apparently started doing the whole flirty te amo nonsense. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it has everything to do less with Pup's lack of morals and more to do with Vida not wanting competition.
Did Vida specifically go after maybe boys more Jazz's age who were, interested, if there were any such cases?
I don't and here's a sad thing. I don't recall anybody even being close to Jazz's age being interested in her. It's always been older guys. Because Jazz primarily exists on the online space, and unfortunately that's what she's going to attract.
Well, I mean, he brought up the fact, Anthony, when I asked for the full unedited call, that he didn't like that I was butting heads with him about what was going on between him and Jazz back at that point when him and Stalin had posted animal killing in her server at one point, and she got super upset. I believe that was earlier on in this video you're playing.
I want to make a side, because just in case, I wrote this down even if nobody points it out. Anthony, why have you, of all people, decided to do this? It's because I only had to wait an hour. There was a line of people ready to scream at fucking Vita about the ZPD thing. And I really wanted to get that fixed as fast as possible. And since he accommodated me in such a short period of time, relatively speaking, I was like, all right, fuck it, here. And against my, bitter, usual Anthony Jagoff mode, I will cut you this favor because I bet this Jazz thing will probably amount to nothing. Yeah, no, I was confident that it wasn't going to mean shit. And Hateful Tate said, can I get the unedited version, which I gave you, correct?
Correct.
All right. There you go. See if there's anything else in here. Skipping over what I might think might potentially go wrong there. I bring up the fact that the clip is only about a minute difference. I already mentioned my issues with Jazz. I already mentioned the part about where I don't think it's necessarily about 16, 17. I felt that Vida absolutely abused his fucking position more than any damn thing else. In addition to, he knew better.
And when it comes down to it, Vida, even in the stream last night, he admitted, well, Chaz will conform to, whatever group she's around. Well, then, dummy, why do you think people are telling you that you manipulated her when you're aware of her shortcomings and you use them against her to keep her to toe in line? Like, the fact that you're saying, I didn't manipulate, I didn't coerce. Dude, you literally just admitted on a live stream in front of hundreds of people that you know what her mental state is. You know she's not mentally mature. In fact, Vida, you told me her brain is messed up and she needs help. And you preyed upon her, knowing her insecurities, knowing she's not on the same level as a normal adult her age should be. There's a reason why we have laws where you're not supposed to sexually solicit even the mentally handicapped. Not that I'm calling Jazz that. I'm making a comparison here.
Okay.
Vida, you dicked up everywhere.
All right. Well, so now that hold on, no. Hey, I need this now. Now that you've brought that up, I have to back up what I tastefully skipped over before. Do you? I feel, whether you do or not, I feel that we'll definitely. I don't believe that Rendrick did anything wrong. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, but you stated yourself, because Jazz, it's been suggested, reminds me of somebody else. If she falls in with another group after supposedly whatever the hell happens next, if their confirmation is Rendrick is a predator, that may happen down the line. Will you be surprised? I don't think so.
I really would like to not speculate too heavily on that right now, simply due to what's been going down, but I said it on stream. I've said it in private. I've said it in the new server. I'll say it again on stream. If we do find out Rendrick was pulling the same stunt Vida was, we burn him too.
Yeah, there's no
well, that's
it's all up to the whims of Jazz to decide whether or not she does have the proof and whether or not she's willing to distribute that proof.
That's a little wonky as far as I'm concerned, and I'm not giving her a walk on that. My name isn't Vida. I don't feel that fucking... I absolutely understand that you shouldn't get involved in that, but there seems like there's some really shady bullshit with that. That's a little... yeah.
Well, we're not going to know about it until it comes out, if it ever does.
Okay.
So we can only react to what we currently have.
Okay. I'm just saying I understand that it's murky waters, but in that case, as far as Vida goes, he really should have known better. And quite frankly, if he would have sat there, if last night's stream, if he would have said something, and if this is in there, I'll even apologize. If he would have said, I made a bad decision earlier on, I've had 2 years to think about it, I'm terribly sorry, and I should have came forward sooner. That would have gone a long way. I don't think it would have it would have gone a long way.
Well, the thing is, he's made a habit now for the past 2 years of lying to multiple people. And that's something even Sheldon brought up. Like, Vida, you lied to me, and I'm not okay with that. And I'm not okay with Vida's lies either, because he was lying on top of lying on top of lying to try to keep things covered up. And the fact that we find out that his main motivation for outing a lot of these predators is revenge against somebody for some petty little thing. Vida, you kind of earned your ban from BronyCon by the way you were acting on Twitter. You knew it was coming. You just didn't care. The thing is, when it comes to Vida, what I've noticed is when I did what I did with the room, and I took away everybody because they had enough of his nonsense. Vida responded with that because I told him I did this because I need you to learn there are consequences to your action. His response, well, I don't respond well to negative consequences. I said, you don't respond well to any consequences. And the truth of the matter is, Vida just doesn't want consequences for anything he does. He just wants to be able to do whatever he wants.
Well, there's something I want to add real quick about Vida's motivations that you brought up briefly, Leo, is early on in the stream, Vida was talking about the previous pedophiles or just predators that he's outed in the past. And the way he describes the reasons why he does it, it's out of sort of the whims of other people, and it falls in line with Vida's inability to be proactive in things, and it has to be motivated by other people, i.e. he's lazy. And the thing is that he was mostly outing these predators like Fusion and, in certain cases, Ichabod, begrudgingly.
Well, no, a lot of his defense has been, Anthony, you know me. Once I commit to these sort of things, it becomes my everything. Like, it's like this major, massive investment of time. Leo, you've explained that it's been, like, gift-wrapped to him?
Yes, every single incident he's ever ran into, anything he's ever exposed, has always been handed to him by other people, or the heavy lifting's been done. For Grizzly and Medic, that was handed to him by Mint. I did the heavy lifting. Ichabod, handed to me by Mint. I did the heavy lifting. The Sequester Fest Cops, handed to him. He and somebody else did the heavy lifting. But real quick, I want to address one thing in the chat here, if you may indulge me for but a moment, Andrew.
Go ahead.
Well, sure, real quick. I just want to clarify something. I'm meaning that when it comes down to making these things public, it normally comes down to him having to do it begrudgingly. Do you get what I mean?
Not really, but we'll get into that in a minute here.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so bare minimum, Vita's an orbiter. Vita solicited and received child pornography. So these are things that we agree, as a group, is unacceptable. So I'm going to go ahead and, since he's so bold to be in chat, Chimes, your BFF Buttons is still dating an orbiter.
Chimes, did you like in the stream? I know that you've wanted to weigh in on the Vita thing, and you know what? I'm a little salty with you, but you know what? Fuck it. I've been a little salty with everybody. If you want to be what do you English people call it, a gentleman, and like to come forward, mi casa, su casa.
Yes. Real quick, we're holding Vita accountable for his nonsense. I'd love to see you do the same with Buttons. But also, real quick, I would like to bring somebody else on stream, if that is okay.
I'd like to see Chimes respond first, real quick.
By all means, but...
Oh, he said yes! Did somebody got him?
What?
He said yes.
Yeah.
Chimes says he's good. Could you chuck him in?
I'll try.
Chimes, what's your Discord?
Sleeping Satellite, there it is.
All right.
Adding him, and I'm going to add the other person, too.
Who's the other person?
Sin.
Okay.
Because they were
Oh, hell yeah, I love Sin.
They were a point of consternation on the stream last night, so I would like to have some answers here for the stream currently. And of course, Baiji is currently asleep, but I'm sure Sin, they're dating, so I'm sure Sin knows the answers.
We're dating.
Well, I'm more than welcome to give up my seat. I got a timeout now.
Okay. It's been
Catch
a
you
hot...
later.
Godspeed, Hate. I'll chuck him just in case we have an open spot now.
Well, thankfully, they're both in the group, so
Oh, okay.
we're sitting at 9 members.
Well, just in case. All right, so who goes first, Sin or Chimes?
I prefer Chimes since he was addressed first.
All right, take it away. Brother Midnight.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So was there any question you wanted to ask me in particular? I think Leo was saying something about...
Yes, I believe Leo has to
the
address it, and I think you understand why Leo has to address it.
Okay, I'm going to reiterate. We all agree that what Vida has done at the minimum is orbiting, but there's also the fact that he solicited nudes from a minor. You agree with this statement, yes?
Yeah.
You agree that people have to be held accountable for decisions like this, yes?
Yes, I mean, I'm accountable can have different definitions in my view, but yes.
All right, well, we just got confirmation via their own Twitter that Buttons is still dating Ichabod the Orbiter. So are you going to take this to Buttons and hold Buttons accountable?
Well, yes, if Buttons is dating Ichabod. It was my understanding up until this point that Buttons was not dating Ichabod. So
oh, no, Buttons said it on Twitter. I'd be happy to grab you the screen.
Send it directly to Chimes, if you will.
Oh, I would love to. Just give me a moment. I got to scroll up.
I've seen it only because I believe Rouge put it up. Now, Midnight, I'm not going to give you a hard time for backing a bad horse. I've done it. I mean, you could stop, though. Yeah, you could get out ahead of this. You don't have to be like Archer with Cloudy Brony. You could drop your dead sack of weight over there and move up in the world.
I don't think it's fair to compare Cloudy to Buttons of all people.
Well, would you like to reply to Archer on that one, Midnight?
Well, this is the
Cloudy is a saint compared to Buttons. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on. Let Button or let Midnight Chime respond. It's unfair to keep talking over him.
Okay.
All right, I sent you that. Let me go ahead and see if I can source the original tweet for you.
Okay. See, this is the first I've been aware that they are dating Ichabod.
So let me give you a little pro tip there, Midnight. Once upon a time ago, somebody I dated and I were contacted by someone by the name Grasshope, aka Miles, due to a Tumblr post where they said, "Why are you in touch with my rapist right now?" My immediate response was, "Are you contacting me because you need my assistance, Grass?" And she's like, "No, I wanted to make her aware, or them aware." I hope you know who I'm talking about here. I hope you know I'm keeping it vague. But this is someone who went out of their way to give them a free heads up, whether that was a right accusation or not, and then that person turned around and ripped them off for $300 plus. How much was it, Leo?
$325.
You were the person in your video that said Toon Critics should have been thrown out of the fandom a long time, way before the pedophilia. Part of that is the money. They took advantage of somebody. What was the medication for?
I mean, Toon Critic did a lot of things.
Yeah, no, I got that. What was the medication for, Leo?
The medication for something medical. I don't really know exactly. I'd have to go listen back. I know in the call I had with Manga Jag it stated, but I can't recall it off the top of my head. All I know is it was important.
Okay.
Something mental. Something to do with the mind.
Okay. I would have personally whipped Toon's ass on the spot.
Yeah. Unacceptable. That's literally like stealing. Well, it is stealing medication from a patient. It's not only is it wrong on the moral level of theft is bad, but you're stealing from a needy person. That's Chimes. That's akin to me walking up to one of the homeless people in Houston and stealing his tent. Like, it's one of the few things the guy has. He lives in destitution. If somebody didn't beat me to death right then and there's a problem. Now, it's an extreme example, yes, but it's unacceptable. And I told you before, we had a conversation about this in private. The next time it would be public, and now it's public. Oh, man, am I word.
Well, I mean, this, as I said, this is the first I've heard about them being with Ichabod.
Well, hold on. How is it the first you've heard? Hold on. How's it first? Did you or did you not watch my video on buttons?
Yes, I did. But that did you say in the video that they were dating Ichabod? Because I did bring this up, if I remember, in the conversation on Twitter, because I'd gone to Eden. This was a while before, prior to your video coming out, when a load of people were accusing them of being with Ichabod, and as I understood it, this was all like a misunderstanding, and they weren't dating Ichabod at all. They were dating someone else.
No, even Fable came out and said that they were on the path to dating, if not already dating. Even last night, Buttons admitted that, yes, they are dating. She calls him her Ichabod.
Well, no, if Fable would have said it, would have been, well, yes. Sorry.
I'm not going to make fun of something people can't control. But here's the thing. Number one, you should have paid better attention to the video. I know you probably didn't want to because it was talking about a friend of yours, but I don't tend to put out videos about people like this that aren't important. You should know better. Now, let's assume that you missed it. Let's go ahead and grant you that. Right now, you know. Right now, you have concrete information, both on a screen cap and...
Was the proof in your video that they were?
Yes, the proof was in the video, and it was also in the Google Doc promoted.
Dating Ichabod at that time.
Yes, it's also in the Google Docs that was linked in the video itself that backs up every single thing I said in the video.
I mean, you threw a lot of things out there. Eden's done this and done this, stealing money from a GoFundMe. There were a load of things that came up, and most of them were quite old stuff. So I think that if that was there, that just kind of got lost in all the noise.
Lost in all the noise. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ignore that comment because you're trying to get flippant. I'm just going to vary this clearly. Right now, you have in your hands evidence, solid evidence, 10 hours ago. Do something with it.
Chimes, I'll say this again. Actually, when I saw your response to the Toon Critic thing, I thought that you would have been a credit. Is he still in the call?
Myriad left. They have to go do shit.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me bump him.
Yeah, I'm in the call.
I would have thought that you would have been a credit to be someone influential, or at least someone in a position to be able to say or do something here. You have an opportunity. You are one of the people who have their ear. And here's the thing. I know they can listen. I know it's something that's going to be unpopular shit with this group. Even for a little bit, they can listen. You can just choose to say something or not.
Who say something to who? What?
You're gonna be a cheeky fuck with me, Leo.
No, I don't think he's being cheeky. I think, Chimes, are you having a hard time genuinely following what we're saying here?
A little bit.
Okay.
Because the thing is, you were you were talking about Vida on the stream up until this point, so I wasn't sure whether we were kind of still on the lines of that, or we were all about.
We're gonna cover this real quick, and then we'll hop back to Vida because I know you have something to say on that. But I'm gonna.
So, like, what are you saying? This is what I'm trying to get. Are you saying I should go and talk to Eden?
I'm saying you should confront the people in your circle when they do dumb crap like this. So yes, I am telling you directly.
Well, I do that, and I am going to do that. And like as soon as I get out of this call, I'm going to go to Eden and say, "What the hell are you doing?"
Excellent. Then now we can talk about Vida going forward. By all means, tell us your thoughts on the issue with Vida going right now.
Okay, so the main thing about Vida, let's see. So what really gets me about Vida is that he's making all these kind of excuses now. He's I mean, did you see his stream last night? I assume so.
Yes.
But he's
well, Chimes, quick question though about Vida.
Well, what I did isn't really that bad. Oh, it was just a 16-year-old. Oh, and he's making these kind of excuses and things. But and this is what's annoyed me with Vida all along. He was always the one who had this big moral pontificating about things. I remember with the Toon Critics situation, it was always about pedo enablers and people knew things were going on and they should have done something. The way I see it, by Vida's own definition, anyone who is now defending Vida is a pedo enabler by his own definition, because I'm sure that's exactly the things that he's been doing is exactly the kind of behavior he was arguing shouldn't be tolerated.
Can I get in one? I have to
really strong hypocrisy.
Speaking of hypocrisy, I mean that was 2 years ago at midnight. We're kind of getting lost in the haze there.
Oh Lord.
Sorry, I'll stop. What's the expiration date there, Goy? I'm just asking.
Well,
I want consistency.
Does it make any difference that it was 2 years ago?
I want you to remember that when you have your talk later with your friend.
I mean, first of all, you say that's 2 years ago. When did Vida?
I'm specifically fucking with you about your friend.
Hold on. I'll cut through the cattiness here. Anthony's pointing out that this relationship, these back and forth with Jazz, started 2 years ago. He's using that as a counter to the fact that you said that the stuff with Buttons is old, and he's asking you for moral consistency because age of an issue does not excuse the issue.
Okay, I have an answer to that actually, because this is actually something I kind of touch upon. I don't mention Eden specifically, but I kind of touch upon this in my video that I've just finished actually. That's going to be going up later. This was the thing that always got me about Vida in particular. As I just said in the chat a while ago, he has always been morally bankrupt. His intentions have always been in the wrong place. He has always been unapologetic, unrepentant about everything he's done. Whereas in my experience, like I was always I'll give someone the benefit of the doubt more, and I'll perhaps be a bit more lenient if I feel their intentions are in their right place and they're taking steps to improve as a person.
So that
and going back to what I said about holding someone accountable, you said to me many times you need to hold Eden accountable for what they've done. Like holding someone accountable, depending on the circumstances, the way I'm looking at, I think just directly cutting them off isn't necessarily the most healthy or productive response. Sometimes it's about pushing them in the right direction, and if I feel like someone is their intentions are in the right place, holding them accountable can literally be like, why are you doing this? You need to get the help you need. And my understanding was Eden was doing that because they were in therapy.
This before or after Buttons ran around causing problems in the Has-Been Hotel community because they didn't want to understand rules are rules. Stop making excuses. You say Buttons has gotten help. Buttons has not changed from day one. The difference is, Chimes, that you for some reason have a fondness for this individual that I will never understand. But again, I don't want this stream to become about Buttons, because Buttons loves that attention, and we still have Sin waiting in the call. So instead, let's go ahead and move on. Do you have any continuing thoughts about Vida?
Okay.
Chimes?
Yeah, if we can move on from Buttons, that.
Yeah, I'm asking if you have any other further thoughts about Vida before we move on to Sin.
Well, what were you saying? Sorry.
I'm asking if you have any other following thoughts on Vida before we move on and talk to Sin.
I suppose that's everything I have to say for now.
All right, so let's go ahead and.
If I think of anything,
I'm sure you can chime in. Sin, are you there?
Yo,
Nice.
there. What's up?
All right, so just going over this again real quick. You, Baiji, Raven, you all knew about this back when it first started, back when things first got sour. Real quick, were you informed of this during the incident where they were dating when she was 18, or did you have knowledge about it before that?
Oh shoot, I'd have to go back and look in her PMs, but I think she was on the brink of 17 or 18 when I found out. Baiji knew a lot earlier.
All right, now
yeah.
The information, real quick, Anthony, can I get you to just remove Andres Baker from the chat? He's just being a pain in the butt, and I'm tired of seeing him talk.
Crying for me and Arya to unblock her for like the longest fucking time.
Who is what? Oh, you mean here?
Live chat.
Just why? Just let them fucking be there. They're retarded and whatever.
Anyways, you don't have to. It's your channel,
Yeah.
of course. The accusations was that you knew and you said nothing. Would you like to tell everybody why you kept this quiet?
Oh yeah, I'd love to. So I knew for a bit, since like I think, whatever. Anyways, I knew, Baiji knew. The only reason we didn't tell or say anything is because Jazz begged us not to. She said Vita would get very angry with her, and sometimes she did share PMs with us to vent, and I don't know if I'd have to go looking, but she did say he threatened to commit suicide if anybody found out. I was basically worried about Jazz's safety. Baiji and I were. Raven didn't find out for a while, but yeah, no, we were just basically worried about Jazz's safety. We didn't want to get her in trouble. We didn't want any big trouble to happen, basically.
Now, these threats Vita was making, were they primarily in voice calls or were they in text?
For that, I was trying to look back in our group PMs, and I did find a PM where like Vita was like, "Oh, if this gets out, my life will be over." And then after, Jazz said he'd kill himself if I told anybody.
Now,
so might have been voice call.
I'm going to say, as I've said before, I don't approve of this. I think that what you did was dumb. You could have come to me. You know full well by now what I'm like. You know I would not have tolerated this. And I have no problem holding Vita's head under the water on this issue until the bubbles stop. I'm not scared of Vita. We made that very clear. I don't approve of it. I understand why. But that's not okay. So going forward, something like this happens again, what are you, Baiji, and Raven going to do?
We're going to come to you, dog.
And if I find out otherwise, what do you think is going to happen?
We're going to be... that's a good question. We're fucked, dude.
I have more than Vita has. And I have a lot more ability to do so. And I have a much larger reach. That can't be accepted. I got onto the analysts when they sat on the Toon Critic situation for a month while they were preparing statements and all this other asinine garbage instead of warning their community about a predator. This is not acceptable.
Sin, if I may, do you think it would have been cool if like Toon would have been like, "Oh, I don't know about the suicide, guys." Like we wouldn't have been passionate about that. We're sure not doing it for Vita.
No.
Yeah, I know. Like, it was pretty stupid, and I do heavily regret it in hindsight. I didn't know if I'd be able to get Jazz to come forward with this because I didn't have evidence of her Vida in a relationship when they were 17. So I don't know if I'd be able to prove that accusation, first of all. I didn't know if I'd be able to get Jazz to come forward with this because she had a rocky relationship with Beryl. I didn't know Leo that well at the time. I know him better now. So, like, if this were to happen, say now, instead of later, or before, I should say, then I would have come forward if I did have the evidence and everything, but it was mostly just relying on that.
Now, I know that one of Vita's cases, well, they're getting off scot-free. Well, the truth of the matter is, what do we do to you? You know, what could we do? You were acting, from what I've seen, because you were worried about a child. You didn't have the child's consent to go forward with this. And as we've all learned, trying to do so without logs, without information, is a very foolish thing to do, because that gives the predator the ability to make a case. But I don't want to give you a pass. I can't give you a complete pass because that's unacceptable. But I can't really enforce any punishment on you. I'm not your parents, and I'm certainly not the state. But I will say you will be watched. You, Baijin, Raven. I believe that your actions in the past week have shown that you guys do have moral compunctions. You would not have sided against Vita after the Zoophile police incident had you not had that. Had you not grown, you would have just stayed with him and kept his secret, but you didn't. And I think that also has to be noted. What does anybody else in the call think of that?
Sounds fair. I mean, we're all kind of flying by the seat of our pants, so, you know.
Pretty much, fair enough.
In my opinion, I don't think you need to be, like, crucified for it, because, again, you were trying to protect the kids, so... Again, it was wrong, but your intentions were okay, I guess. Because you wanted to protect the child.
There's been times where I've had to shut up about things, and it eats me alive, because did I mention I have a big mouth? But
a little bit.
No, I absolutely, positively understand. I wish you would have done it for somebody else. But, I mean, I don't know you, Sin. I don't know all your situations. And, I mean, the conventional popular wisdom is, you know, you could have done a lot worse. And, yeah.
Yeah, the only reason, like, I felt, like, sick keeping this because I knew it was wrong. I knew it was wrong, and I wanted to say something, but, you know, I didn't have the proper evidence and all that to come forward. And especially this last week when we were talking to Jazz, or rather Stalin, or, you know, people involved were talking to Jazz. I felt, like, really sick because I just felt bad because I could have come forward sooner. And, I don't know, you know. Like, I deserve, like, whatever people feel towards me. That's completely fair. But, you know, going forward, if this ever happens again, yeah, I'm not gonna hide it.
Gilded, what do you think of all this?
Honestly, I think, you know, yeah, they should have come forward, but, I mean, you're a little, I'm assuming you're a little on the younger side, and I can understand why you'd be worried about your friend and what might be happening. You might not have known the right thing to do at that time. You know now, and like Lio said, next time this happens, you better come forward. I mean, you know what to do now. You get you're getting somewhat of a pass now because you can, you know, you didn't know what to do and you were worried about your friend. You don't get another pass.
Yeah,
you got your
understandable.
More like a slap on the wrist, to be honest.
Everyone gets one.
Sort of situations, we're not automatically programmed from a young age to know how to deal with them. They're very difficult situations. So yeah, so long as you know now.
Well, Sin, how old are you again?
I'm 21.
Yeah, you're not a person with a lot of major influence, even by top of the barrel standards. No, okay, no, shit happens.
Well, in fairness, again, top of the barrel's kind of dead. I kind of took that from Vita.
Well, there's people who have a little bit more sway in perhaps the next one. I don't know. I haven't figured out the hierarchy.
Well, I mean, we do have a therapist.
Lol.
Dr. PhD Snake.
Well, the truth of the matter is, the current server, which is the Senate, is ran by Stalin and I. We're the head honchos there. We have Baiji and Sin. They run different moderation. So does another person. And, of course, Jace has his therapist role because Jace must have his power that he may abuse however he feels. It's not, and I'll address this later today when we have the event call that we're going to be having later. It's not going to operate the same way Beryl did. We have to operate differently. Some of the things Beryl did, even when it was more of the sophomoric stuff, was a bit too
stupid, even from my taste. Like when Vida, and of course I challenged him on his stream when he had a big stream about it because he wanted his attention. Even when Vida started dicking with the trans community before BronyCon, my issue is, Vida, these people have never done anything to harm you. Why are you dicking with them? What purpose does this serve? There's no moral reason to do this. And Vida just wanted the attention, and then he wound up getting banned. And then how dare you have consequences for my bad actions? So, yeah.
How does he function?
He doesn't. He's 26 and he lives with his mommy. He works at Walmart. What are you expecting, Archer?
Fair point.
If his back porch collapsed, they'd kill more than 3 dogs.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really all I had to say about the issue. Vita's going to try the best to play the I'm going to be a pseudo-intellectual and get people on my side game. He talks about all the people on his side, but no one's raised their hands other than Jala. And Jala is being stupid because Jala should know better, and I told him so much directly. Arya says, hold on, Leo, so let's see what you had to say, Arya.
Oh, is Arya in?
No, she's in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want in, Arya?
I don't know.
She might. She says she had something that Cruz Midnight was lying about the whole.
I'm not shocked.
Well,
I'll just add Arya. I'll add the
Yeah.
drama pony.
Oh boy. Oh, you're really in for it now. The OG drama pony's coming to get you.
I would have requested you confirm that she's okay to come in.
I mean, she was bugging me at work the other day, so fuck her.
Hey, Arya.
Hold on. Let me just pause the YouTube. There we go. I was like, echoes.
Right.
I'm gonna say this, Chimes, you're a fucking liar. You know why? I asked personally about 2 things. 1, did you see Leo's video? And 2, about server stuff, if he was still active. He has this. I am upset that I didn't save the whole conversation, but there's 2 things. It was short and quick. This. I get people are allowed to talk to who they want, but if you are still talking to Eden, then how do you not know they're with Ichabod?
Sorry, you're breaking up a bit there. I think you're saying that. How did I not know? They've never spoken to me about it. Here's the thing that you and Lio need to understand. Although I've not cut buttons off, I haven't actually spoken to them that much. I've had odd conversations with them here and there, but I'm not exactly close to them. I promise you, this is the first time I was aware of them still dating Ichabod.
Or Arya's not in the call.
Oh, still dating now.
Yeah, real quick, Arya has to go. Gonna change over to her phone, so you have to give her a minute.
Okay.
Well,
there we go.
I say still dating. The reason why I said that was because quite a while before Lio's video came out, several months before, I think it was, there was a big fuss about them supposedly dating Ichabod, and
They've been dating for 6 months now.
Can you guys hear me, by the way?
Okay. I went to Eden at the time and asked about that, and my understanding was that it was all a misunderstanding.
How is it a
I can't remember exactly who else I spoke to, but I wasn't. Because what I understood was they weren't dating Ichabod. They were dating someone else, and everyone else had just got it wrong. And at that time, I hadn't seen any proof that they were dating Ichabod. That just seemed like an accusation a load of people were making.
I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of speculation. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still waking up. Thank you. I'm still waking up. There's no way for me to believe that you don't know that Eden was with Ichabod. But because, I mean, you've been sharing their ship art.
I asked them, and they told me that no, they're not with Ichabod. They're with someone else. Everyone's got it wrong, and that was my understanding of the situation. And up until just now, I have not seen any evidence to the contrary. And like I said, I'm not a really close friend with Eden. I haven't spoken with them all that much. So
how are you not a close friend with Eden when I'm going back to Lio's video, when you were in that private call with them? That feels like more of a closer friend.
I've been in some private calls with them in their server, but I mean, it depends what you mean by close. I've been in calls with them, yes, but I haven't spoken to them like regularly in DMs or anything like that, say, for a long time. And in fact, the server that I share with them, quite often they're not that active in there, so I don't actually speak to Eden that often.
Also, an anonymous asked, the ship art is all over their ship art with them together. It's all over Twitter. How do you not know?
You do follow buttons on both their accounts, Ichabod.
I don't know what Ichabod's character looks like. I know this sounds
How
like
do
To be fair, I don't either.
As really as I'm out of touch here, but I'm out of touch here. I don't keep up with these things.
No, how
they
do
don't
you-
interest me that much.
Let me ask this. How do you not know when Eden is actually posted in text saying, oh, this is Ichabod and me, my cutie, or something like that? How is that not bluntly for you to see?
Well, I've seen it now, and I'm aware of that. I've seen it now. I hadn't seen that before. I hadn't seen those tweets or those messages before. I think I saw a message from Eden last night or just a day or two ago saying, "Oh, I don't mind sharing who my boyfriend is. I don't care if people know." But the name didn't come up. They didn't say Ichabod, so I didn't know who they were talking about.
No, there's a post that says
I'm really
Ichabod.
stupid, like I'm out of touch here, but I am genuinely out of touch because I don't keep up to date with every little thing. I have other things in my life I think about.
I know there's a post that she put saying Ichabod.
Max says.
If I had seen that, I would have immediately gone to them.
All right, well, I think we're at the point here. Here's what's going to happen.
Now.
You're going to bring forth more evidence that there's more information out there. He's going to go, Totes didn't see it. Is that the gist of it? I think we got it. Because if that's the case here, there's some creepy guy that we're supposed to beat up on. What's his name here?
Vida.
No. Well, okay, yeah, Vida. But
Yeah.
this
Andres
bigger. Is it true you're creeping on my girlfriend?
Yeah, they started following me. So, like, remember the Arya stream? They were stalking and harassing Arya and Gilded. I got involved. They started following me. I was warned about them. I blocked them. They sent their friend to bug me to unblock them. I told them to fuck off. And then every stream since, they've been sitting here begging for me and Arya to unblock them. Apparently, they tried to friend Gilded.
So here's the deal, Andreas. If you have about 2 minutes, someone could float them way in here. You want in? You want to wrap this stupid shit up?
Oh yeah, well, we'll wrap it up, and then Archer will become friends with him.
Ah!
Leo, I will fight you.
Truly a fate worse than death.
Doing it then,
Doesn't matter.
Archer.
I'd still what?
Stop doing it then.
Stop doing what?
Andreas, you gonna reply? I know they want me to block you. I'm giving you a chance here. No?
Is he even? Is he?
He was there. I don't know. Well, fuck it. If he's gonna done a reply, I'm gonna stop worrying about it. Carry on,
Sorry, we
please.
can make an entire stream out of him if we really need to. It'll be entertaining.
Also, by the way, something that also made me kind of angry with what Chimes told me is saying that Lyle was ranting and demanding. There's good reason for why Lyle did that. Because it's facts. Are you that blind to not see the facts in front of you, Chimes?
Hang on, so what you're saying here, well, Lio, I told you, I think that Lio was ranting at me, and he was. I mean, he was basically, like I said, at that point I wasn't aware Eden was dating Ichabod, for one thing. But he basically came to me and was saying, you know, I don't want you to be friends with this person. You have to cut this person out of your life. And, you know, and my response to that is basically, I'll make my own judgment about
Actually,
who I talk to and who I don't. Thank you.
Your direct response was less of that and more of the fact that the line they'd have to cross for you to cut them out is child predation.
So basically, you lied to me.
Like I went to you. I went to you in that DM.
To you about?
Hold on. I went to you in that DM with the understanding that you had watched and paid attention to that video, which apparently you clearly didn't. I structured that video in a way that most people can easily sit down and watch it and understand what's going on, even from a beginner standpoint. Meadow Fimbot was able to do it, and she's just recently, I think, turned 19 or something. Why can't you? If you can remember all this stuff about the deep lore of Doctor Who, why can't you pay attention to a 25-minute video?
I need to go and watch the video before I can really comment, so I can refresh my memory on what exactly exactly was said in that video.
It was at that moment I knew I was in trouble as I did.
But evidently, it seems I missed something quite big in that video, and I apologise for that. I should have paid closer attention.
Yeah,
So basically, you're lying.
There were a lot of things in that video, and there's a lot of accusations that have been flying around about Eden all over the place, and a lot of it's miscommunications.
There's a lot that isn't in there, and they're all
Time out. Chimes. Have I ever, in the 2 years we've been talking, have I ever lied to you?
No, not that I know of.
Chimes. You say there's a lot of accusations. Every single thing I said in that video, I backed up. Every single thing, whether it be in the video itself or in the applied or supplied Google Doc, which
I'm
gives
not saying that you lied, but what I'm saying is more that there are multiple sides to a story, and you know the things are often more complicated, and there's been an awful lot of miscommunication in all of this.
In my video, there is no in my videos, there's no miscommunication. The facts are the facts, regardless of sides. There is no side. We're justifying, stealing $325 from a medical person in medical need is acceptable. There is no justification for wanting to withhold money from a victim at the time. There is no justification for dragging Anthony to court superfluously twice, and one case recording it on their end, which is illegal. There is no justification for this. So let me be very clear here, Chimes. I want you to go back. I want you to rewatch the video, and I want you to pay attention to it like it's some sort of detractor raging about the girl Doctor Who. I want you to pay that close of attention to it, and then, and only then, do I want you to confront Buttons.
But Lily Pete didn't tell me what to think yet. No, they didn't. Sorry, I'm being a dick.
And I've said my piece on that. Arya, feel free to say whatever you want.
Dude.
The only thing I'll say is stop putting your head so far up your ass that you can't see what the truth is in front of you.
God damn.
Thanks for that.
Because basically you're talking shit right now, and I don't know if it's coming out of your ass or your mouth.
How am I talking shit? Excuse me, Aurea. How am I talking shit?
They're making accusations. You never looked into all the proof we had. That's on you.
Look, I am not. This is one thing I wanted to say in response to Lio just now. That I am not, and have never tried to say everything Eden has done can be explained away or justified. It can't. They have done some really crappy things. The reason why I have not cut them off up until this point was that, from my point of view, I felt that their intentions were in the right place, and they were in therapy, and they've just got a new job recently, and they're progressing with their life and getting the help they need. But if they're still with Ichabod, that's something I'm clearly going to have to confront them on.
So basically, you're... go ahead, Lio.
Chimes, your empathy is one of your greatest strengths. However, the devil's used the greatest strengths against other people before and turned it into their folly, and that's what's going on here. And that's not me being pseudo-religious. I'm just telling you, your strength here can be an extreme weakness to a predatory individual like Buttons. And I'm not saying predatory in the sense of sexual. Buttons is a sympathy and empathy vampire. Buttons is going to continue to prey upon your empathy. And at some point, you have to keep and I'm going to be a little posh here, you have to get a stiff upper lip, and you have to show some stoicism. And sooner or later, Buttons is going to stab you in a way you're not going to be able to be excusing. You've got to look at this.
Look, if Eden is dating Ichabod and they're unrepentant about that and they're sticking to that, ultimately, that's not something I'm going to tolerate, and I'm going to say, right, I'm done with you. I honestly wasn't aware of that before.
Yeah, let me give you a little free tip there, Chimes. And I think
sorry, I'm an idiot. I missed it.
All right, Chimes. The free tip here: if you're thinking you got the magic sauce that can make the crazy go away, me and Rouge can tell you that's not the case. We tried.
Patch,
we tried.
Do you want to be in the call? Because I know I'm reading what Patch is saying.
No, Patch is on break.
While I'm always fond to talk to Patch, what Chimes said, I want to see if he does it. Because he said that after this call, he'll go confront Buttons. So I want him to do that. So I don't want to hold him.
Oh, we might get Baker. I am hyped. But
the only thing I'll say is, are you, from what you're talking about right now, it seems like you've already picked a side already until it got to this point. Because it sounds like you're on Eden's side, and you said that you weren't picking sides. And you told Lyle that. Am I correct?
Okay, why do you think I'm on Eden's side?
Hold it. You already got them. You got the win. Take the win. You don't
I
have
know,
to. You don't have to
but-
steal. You don't have to steal. You don't have to steal defeat from the jaws of victory.
I guess you're right. Okay, maybe I can go.
I've had to do that the
Go
last
on.
couple of days where I've gotten angry and upset with people who are not agreeing with me earlier. You know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to drive them off and be like, "Hey, look."
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Apparently, Steph wants in on the call.
No,
I bet he
I'm not
does.
going to be driven off. I'm more than listening. Where I'm prepared for Patchwork to come in here or anyone else and ask any questions they have for me. I'm not someone who runs away.
I think the reason
you
why
true about
I'm
that?
I'm pushing so hard. I think the reason why I'm pushing so hard in it is the one thing that I hate is a liar. You lie to me, you're going to be dealing with a lot of stuff.
Okay, let's get. How did I lie to you? We need to get on top of this because I don't know where this has come from. As far as I knew up until this point, me and you were cool, Aurea. So why are you saying that I lied to you? What's this referring to?
It's lying to the fact that you said you get to. Hold on, I have to look at the screenshot again because my phone.
I was honestly, and maybe I'm a dum-dum for not knowing, but I honestly didn't know up until this point that Eden was dating Ichabod.
You lied to me.
All right.
Go ahead.
I was about to say, I think we've made the progress that we need to, and if you guys would like to address later on your issue with Chimes, I'd like to get to the weird, creepy guy who's been stalking my girlfriend as well as the guy who's been creeping you the fuck out, Arya, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, he has.
Is it a...
You have a super chat real quick.
Oh, neat. Anyways, let's take a look at Lou. Blinky! I should have known. Blood for the blood god, drama for the drama horse, more friends for the Jamaican, money for the bug man, bow to his queen. Godspeed.
Hey, Blinky.
Okay.
Part of me thought, I was like, I wonder if it's a Blinky super chat.
Of course it's Blinky. We love Blinky.
I love Blinky too. Hell yeah.
And just to say, Drama
There you
Horse
go,
used to,
Blinky.
like,
You got
annoy...
an I love you.
See, Drama Horse used to annoy the hell out of me, but now it's just like, it's just a nickname. It don't matter.
Well, the thing I said to Arya is like, if you're all that upset about the fucking Sheldon stream, you cover it. And you know what? I'll be the first person, if I can help it, the first person waiting on Arya Diamond's stream to start where they break into drama.
My God.
Yeah.
See, I will say there's
Super
only
chat.
one person that there's only one thing that I'll cover is Molly, because she can go die in a hole.
Lord Ben Mazza says, question what happened to make Arya confronting Midnight? And honestly, I just woke up. Hop in the chats. I don't entirely know. They claim that he's lied. I don't know all the ins and outs of Midnight's recent ins and outs with.
I'll just say something about them dating Ichabod thing. I have actually gone and confronted Eden in the past, saying, "What's this about you dating Ichabod?" And they told me that they weren't dating Ichabod and they were dating someone else. So I have actually confronted Eden about this directly before.
Alright, so are we good to bring in this Contour Elm or whoever the hell?
That's fine.
Alright.
Yeah.
You done, Chimes, or do you want to come along for the weenie roast?
I don't care.
Alright, we'll grab him.
I don't mind.
Alright. Where is this asshole? There he is. Bunk! Ugh. What does he prefer to be go by?
I don't fucking care.
Oh! Go after 1 p.m. Hello!
Hey.
Alright, so 1, why are you creeping on Arya? 2, more importantly, why are you creeping on my girlfriend?
I didn't know I was.
Now you do!
You know.
Now you do!
I told you to go away. You sent a friend to come to me and tell me to unblock you, that you're this good person. I told them no, and then everything you've done, every stream since is Rouge. I just wish Rouge and Arya would unblock me. I just wish they would unblock me, guys.
I'm
Guys,
sorry.
please.
I'm very sorry.
Not yet, you're not.
Hold up, wait, how old are you?
Let me type it.
What? Why? You can't count that high? Oh, 17, okay.
Oh, he's a kid, okay.
Alright.
Hold on,
Don't really care. Leave me alone.
Hold on. Are you on the spectrum?
Are you talking about autism?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I'm gonna let them talk real quick. Arya, what is he doing that's creeping on you? And the same question to Rouge.
I honestly don't remember. I just blocked him and then just ignored him.
Okay. Rouge.
It started with the Arya stream. They kept messaging me. They followed my Twitter, started messaging me. Let me finish. Commented on a bunch of my shit. I was warned about them from Arya and Gilded. I blocked them. They sent a friend to come to me telling me to unblock them. I told them to go away. It wasn't happening. And ever since then, every stream, all they do is sit there and whine at me and the whole chat, begging me to unblock them.
Now hold it. What name do you go by, friend?
I'm Contour Elm.
Contour Elm. So let me give you this is an old pro tip, but it holds up today. The Brony fandom is you're only ever like 2 names away from connecting everyone. So when you piss off one person, it's like a chain of dominoes. There's no new game plus. There's no new game plus. When you fuck up, a bunch of doors just instantly shut. There's ways to get some of those doors to open up again. It's not as bad as the furry fandom, but it's very difficult, and you try really hard not to piss people off. There's ways to buddy up to people, and if you don't know how, I mean, try not creeping them out. Move
originally, but then they kept messaging me and bothering me, just like, what was it, Tyler, begging me to fucking unblock them, and that's when it got on my nerve.
Yeah.
I only followed you because I thought you were a cool person.
I don't care if you follow me. I care that you kept trying to fucking come after me, talking to me, messaging me, begging me to unblock you. That's the problem. You didn't go away when I told you to.
I'm
sorry.
Contour. Did you follow them because you think they're pretty?
Oh my god, no.
Yes,
I mean, she is. She totally is.
Real quick, Contour, you're young enough to be my kid. So let's be clear about one thing here. I'm not your buddy. I'm not your pal. If anything, I'm your boss at your job, and you're going to talk to me like I am. Are we clear?
Yes.
All right. So did you follow them because you think they're pretty? Did you want to talk to them because you find them attractive and you wanted to have cute girls around you? Is that it?
No.
So yes,
no, I already have a girlfriend myself.
Then here's what you do having a girlfriend, and I'm a married man, so I can speak to this. When a girl tells you, I don't want to interact with you, you just don't interact.
We just saw you stuff.
You dummy. You just leave them alone and you find other things to do. If I was talking to Rouge and for some reason we started fighting and she said, hey, I don't want to talk to you, you know what I do? I don't talk to her. I go about my business and I find other things to talk to or other people to deal with. I don't sit there and let me in. That speaks of desperation. It speaks of the
Elm, I gotta ask you. You said you have a girlfriend. How's Mandy Chan doing?
Wait.
No, never mind. Bad joke. Anyways.
How old's your girlfriend?
Oh.
Numbers aren't that hard. You're weighing on my patience by
now I'm scared.
Yeah, whoa, now you got me interested. How old is your girlfriend?
You're going to be a lot more scared if you don't answer me and I have to start digging and I find out who you really are.
She's 13. I want to end myself.
Well, you're 17. That's stupid.
It looks really bad.
It looks bad.
Do you want me to like stop dating her?
Yeah.
Do that.
Holy shit!
Oh. I'm telling her now.
Oh Jesus!
Oh boy!
Holy crap! Ladies and gentlemen, oof.
Hold on. Here's what's going to happen going forward. Number one, you're not going to interact with the literal 13-year-old. You're going to stop dicking around on the internet with other random girls. You're going to leave the ones that tell you no alone, or I'm going to come knocking on your doorstep and I'm going to tell your parents what you've been up to. And I'm pretty sure you don't want.
I wasn't trying to do anything wrong.
Let me finish before I do it without telling you. You're going to go get a life, get a job, graduate, and move about your life. You're going to stop dicking with random people, and when they tell you no, you will accept no, or I will become your problem. Are we clear?
Yes.
Yes what?
We are clear.
good.
Do you say we are clear or Leo Cleo?
Leo Cleo, that's pretty funny.
No,
I heard it too. Well, hold
I
it.
said we all clear.
The whole chat has been calling out the ooh-woos.
So Lord Ben Mazza says, "Oh Jesus Christ, another pathetic person who wants a person to unblock them all because they are fees hurt and are not respect people's boundaries and doesn't get the concept of screw off. Pathetic." Okay, thank you, Ben. Random pool guy, do you want me to stop kicking puppies? What? What am I missing?
Yes, preferably.
It's a quote. He's making fun of this. All right, so I'm doing what your daddy should have done and disciplining you and telling you to stop being stupid on the internet. So you can either stop being stupid or this can get a whole lot worse. Which one would you like?
Stop being stupid.
All right, so unless anybody else has anything to say to him, you're dismissed.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
You know the favorites.
What the hell?
Yeah, you know.
Hope you guys have a great day.
Hold on. Before you leave, I see you whining about this. It's going to get worse for you. Are we clear?
So, kid,
kid,
you know the song. Thank you, fuck you, bye. Anyways.
Can I say something real quick?
By all means.
And I'm sorry to do this to Anthony. Ben, stop dropping money, or I swear to God, I'm going to drive to Vegas and kick your ass.
Lord Ben Mazza, geez, another degenerate clown.
Thank you.
In a video game,
he's like dropped $100 on you.
He's trying to get out of his situation, and he keeps dropping this amount of money.
I'm sorry, what?
What is Ben in?
Oh boy.
Hold on.
You leave my money bags alone. I mean, Ben Mazza alone.
He's in a bad situation. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh.
It's private, but Ben, I'm telling you, don't drop money if you're in a bad place right now. Save it and use it.
Yeah, Ben, I think you're cool. Ben, I'm going to tell you what I used to tell Oki. Look, we cool, man. We cool.
No,
you don't have
I don't expect much from someone who lives in Vegas, to be honest.
Maybe he hit the jackpot.
That explains why he gives money away.
Also, Dark Pony's in the chat again.
Oh, no. No. I don't want to. You can't make me.
Fly the stairs, Dark Pony, and accidentally trip.
Dark Pony, go walk. Go take a walk.
Chief rolling wheel of the Brony fandom, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to deal with Dark Pony's stupid ass.
That's Rex how he's doing. That's a rad name. I don't know why your dad turned out good and you turned out worthless.
That's just mean.
Yes, it is, but then again, Step, it's me.
So Midnight Chime says to you, Arya, in the chat, you seem to have blocked me and thrown me out of your server. I would have a chance to explain myself and understand why you were angry with me. Could I please just talk to you? If you're not happy afterwards, feel free to block me again. I just don't want things to end like this. You're a good friend.
Arya, I think you owe him at least that much.
Yeah.
Fine. But after.
Yeah,
okay.
We'll clear it.
Fine.
I'm not going to hold it against you. I thought Chimes is good people. I've been wrong before, though.
I'm apparently dad everywhere. I've just come to accept.
No, you're Grandpa Grumpy Cat. I will not accept
Grumpy
this.
Cat. We need Leo, like an art piece of Leo is Grumpy Cat with the big.
Actually, I have something a friend of mine did that might be along that line. Let me see if I can find it. Where did I put it?
I always call him Grumpy Cat. Tell him to take his cat naps.
Blinky Iris, Leo forced to be daddy up here again. Oy vey. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God. Hello, sir.
I'm trying to find the piece of art my friend did for me.
What did you want to say, Steph, before we put you in?
Well, we're way past the Vida stuff at this point.
I mean, if you want to back up to it, if you have something you want to get off your chest, I mean, you know.
By all means.
Yeah.
All right. Something very funny that happened yesterday.
Okay.
I was trying to call into a talk show yesterday while the stream stuff was going down. I made the mistake of tuning in for like 30 seconds. I saw him lying through his teeth, standard stuff. So I go into the chat and I'm like, hey, I'll only say this one thing since I'm trying to call into a talk show. Vita has suicide baited people multiple times. Maybe that's something someone should bring up since he's claiming he never emotionally manipulated anyone. And as Sin just pointed out, that is in fact true. Vita got so angry, I think he deleted my message, booted me from Barrel, and according to someone, he was very, very angry at me for like hours. He tried messaging me, but I had him blocked already. So all he could do was sit there and just whine and complain to someone else that I just basically called him out during the stream.
That's art a friend of mine did for me.
That's brilliant.
Wow.
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of My Hero Academia. one.
This is a redraw from B-Stars that he did for me.
I don't know. It just looks like the it looks like One for All. I can't remember his name, but yeah, just like when he's in the skinny
but
form.
don't you understand? He's going through a lot right now, Step.
Yeah. So drama pony. How have you been recently?
I've been fine. Life is life.
I was about to ask which one.
No, he knows.
Dude.
Chimes, how's your video on Vita coming along?
Me?
Yeah, I'm waiting for
Are you
midnight.
Chimes? Are you?
Oh no! I was like, it cut out.
No.
So
Stop.
Timber Lockrick here says, "Just woke up. What did Chimes do? That's some stuff to do with my ex. She'll have to rewatch it."
Planes.
Yeah.
In his 20s. Granted, I played with Thomas the Tank Engine
Can you
until
prove they're
I was
not
10.
Transformers?
That's Leo's thing. Granted, I played with Thomas Joyce till I was
What's
10,
wrong with
but-
playing with Starscream? I want to know.
It depends on if you're throwing him against the wall, because that's what he deserves.
I'm still gonna break all your Transformers, Leo. I just had to figure out how.
Dude, I'd love to see you try, because I think you'd get to the train transformer, you'd get the Astro Train, and you'd stop all of your endeavors and just fiddle there with it.
No.
Is there one that turns into a French girl? Anyways.
Oh my god.
Oh, that one. Stop.
Well, then he'd lie about fiddling with it.
Ah!
I actually sat there in call in the Senate a few days ago and had just like everything just came to me at once. I just sat there and had a semi breakdown. I was like, I did so much stupid shit. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Well, I've said this about a lot of younger people, and I've said this for a very few younger people. The reason why I don't make videos on Augie RFC, for example, is I bet I wasn't that smart when I was 18. In Step's case, I was probably a little ahead of the curve. Maybe. It's possible. I don't know. It's been so long.
You're the one who did this, Leo.
You wanted in.
I know.
I mean, this is technically the shut up liberal room comes from freaking Step's name. So yeah, Overlord of Knives, $5. If he harasses Rouge and dates a 13-year-old, he's a child simp.
There was another one before that you missed too.
Is that the Ben Maza one?
No,
we read that one.
We got one from Busy Robot
Time
Hand.
Lord Rick and Busy Robot Hands are two.
Busy Robot. Leo Man Bad, Leo Man Dad. Lol, I like that.
Leo Man makes me sad.
Leo Forced to be Dead. We did that one.
Just woke up what the chimes do by Time Lord Rick.
Yeah. Again.
It displeased me.
More stuff with the X.
He displeased the blood god.
Yeah. If that one dude is still in the chat, let me take a look and see if they'd like to get a better story about that. They'll probably have to talk to either Leo or my girlfriend.
Speaking of which, how's Rouge doing?
I'm fine.
That's great.
You fucking weirdo 16-year-old?
Nah. I can't ask a basic fucking question anymore?
No, you're a bitch.
Jesus.
Wow.
So much for the tolerant left.
I like that more than you, Archer.
What's that name of that 10,000 sub channel that took down their Twitter and is like avoiding me right now? The one who...
Humphrey.
Timber Humphrey.
Yeah, I want to put this one on screen really quick for a minute so we can say we're still waiting to talk to him. Timber.
And who's been sitting there sharing your screen the whole time?
No.
Oh, it's Anthony. Discord looks weird. I'm gonna screenshot this and put it in the chat.
All right.
It's very trippy. That's the wrong chat. This is the right chat. This is the good stuff. The right stuff.
Properties. This is the guy that I want to get people to ask his involvement with a 16-year-old who's basically we gave off your... did we know this guy's first and last name? Or is it just this? Or we assumed that this was legit?
I mean, his Facebook is right.
Okay,
right
yeah.
there.
So yeah, we did forward your name to, I believe, the kid's mom. She did say that she'll be contacting the cops about you. I noticed your Twitter disappeared not too long ago. Let's double check that just to make
It disappeared right after we tried to get him in call, and he wouldn't get in call and wasted like an hour and a half of me and Ruza's fucking time.
Yeah, I was there too.
Fucking
So, yeah,
dickhead. We're supposed to sleep, and he kept us waiting for like 2 hours.
His Twitter has miraculously disappeared. It's a coincidence. It has nothing to do with your involvement with the kid.
It's a massive coincidence.
You totally didn't do anything with a fucking child on fucking Twitter. Oh no, you got called on it.
So here, I'll put this at the bottom of the description. Where is it?
I get all the girls in my Roblox messages.
If anyone could politely ask Timber to come forward and talk about his involvement with a 16-year-old. Because we haven't forgotten about him. I think that's fair.
Oh, and Ben, since I know you're in the chat, you and I will talk about your situation here going forward in the future. Not today.
What even is the situation?
Tomorrow.
I could talk with him.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't know, but I'd rather talk to Ben about it, let him voice his concern, because I'm wondering why he didn't bring it to me.
Don't recommend Beryl. It's that bad.
He's brought it to a bunch of
okay.
To some of us already, and we've been helping him with it. It's just,
for the past couple of months.
I see.
Oh.
It's just we noticed that he's been dropping a lot of money on super chats this week, and I was trying to do it privately, but that $20 drop was just kind of like, dude, you need to stop.
Hey, where are these people when I'm streaming art?
I told Ben to go to you, and he said he would.
You know what's amazing is that this has all happened about the same time when my competition went out of business. I feel like the super chats have all consolidated here.
Yeah, well.
Indeed.
Let it ride.
Yeah, let it ride. Anyways. Anything else? Anybody else?
Real quick, there is something not related to this drama that Kier was talking about that he posted about some furry drama I think you might want to take a look into. Let me grab the link here for you. I think you might be interested in covering this simply because you're trying to branch out, and it'd be nice to not cover a predator for once.
Oh, okay, let's take a look here. What the fuck?
God, furries.
Okay. What the fuck is it sending? Sorry, mate. Woo. Question. Let's go. Send an address. What the fuck? Is it because of the feet?
Hey, according here, excuse me, kids, I need to gather around for a moment and tell you that our friend
from reality. Ooh.
Reconnection successful. Yeah. Yep. Sorry about that. It OBS derped for a second there, guys.
It didn't have its coffee.
I guess not.
OBS.
Oddly enough, is there any? Are we actually wrapped up then, or?
We're pretty well wrapped up. But Arya, when are you going to start getting into drama? It's been 2 years. They've been pushing it. We're trying to get in.
Nah.
I don't know about you. I think the Vita regime would have been dead 3 months ago if the mighty Arya Diamond would have waved her wand.
No, jeez. No.
She would have gone moon, crystal, magic, and Vita would have disintegrated, and that would have been it.
No, I'm not that powerful.
So I've seen Arya in person. She is extremely tiny.
Oh, excuse me to you.
Well, yes,
I'm
me,
5'8".
Oh, aren't you a big girl?
I'm still taller than you.
I'm 16
What?
and I'm taller than you. Suffer.
Please.
I mean, last time I checked, 6'2" was taller than 5'8", so whatever.
Oh my God, Steph.
I can't accept that you're taller than me.
At least I'm taller than your ego, so.
Oh.
Is she taller than Richard Spencer?
So you're admitting you have a big ego. I mean, there we go.
I mean, sometimes you just witnessed it now, but
All
I get
right.
wild up.
All right.